One thing that I'm tired of seeing online is that right wing is against trans women being in the women's locker rooms of Planet Fitness. Because what everybody has to accept is this isn't a left-right thing. Women actually are tired of this. And it's because we hit a spot a couple years back where everybody was feeling pretty open and everybody seemed to be pretty willing to accept that trans people were going to be a part of society in general. And it seemed like a lot of trans people in earnest were trying to do their best to present the way that they would need to present in order to be believable in society as what they are, which is trans women. And I know there's some women that are really just true blue, only women get to be in women's spaces, but there's a lot of women that are like, look, if you're trying and I can at least kind of see that that's what you're supposed to be, I don't care if you're in the bathroom. The locker room is kind of different because if you're going to get completely naked, which some people do get completely naked in the locker rooms, then that is kind of different. And I think that you have to accept when you're a trans person, especially a trans woman, that there will just be certain spaces that are not an option for you. There will be certain things that are off limits to you, like specifically when it comes to sports. But let's not divert from the subject today, which is Planet Fitness having lost $400 million of its value. Somebody sound the lunk alarm. Planet Fitness just lost $400 million. What's up, everybody? Ty Rivera here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. Before we get started, I'm just going to ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to leave me a comment just to help me on the algorithm, just leave a knife. Because you know, trans activists love to come for my neck on these videos. So a little bit more is happening with the Planet Fitness situation. If you're not already caught up on the original story, you can check it out in my last video. I thought we were done with this story, but apparently the boycott really does seem to be affecting Planet Fitness because their stock price has gone down and their value has gone down by $400 million. That is a major impact, and it's because a lot of people are calling in and they're canceling their memberships, and all of this has happened since this story became public. So they're definitely connected, because what happened was the woman that I mentioned in the last episode, Patricia Silva was her name, that ended up bringing this to everybody's attention and calling it out on social media.
Good day. I just wanted to say I just came out of Planet Fitness, and there is a man shaving in a women's bathroom.
They canceled her membership, even though there was what looked to be a 12-year-old girl, which 12-year-olds aren't allowed in Planet Fitness, I don't think. I think you have to be 14 and over is what the rules are. Either way, if there's a little girl in the locker room and there's what's a genetic male and anatomically male in the locker room with her, I don't know a lot of people that are going to be cool with that. And then Real Women decided, okay, well, if that's the way Planet Fitness feels about it, and they're canceling their memberships, and then an old Planet Fitness commercial surfaced, which seems to imply that at that time they got it.
Finish our tour with the locker rooms. After you.
No, after you.
Okay. Oh.
Had a tickle in my throat.
I don't know which one you're supposed to use.
Dum 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 dum. Cool.
Because since the person wasn't clear about what bathroom they were supposed to go into, it ends the commercial with, not her planet, your planet. So it seemed like they got it at that point, and then somewhere along the way, I think political correctness and wokeism took over, and then they created this policy that said as long as you self-identify as whichever gender, they won't deny you access to the locker rooms that align with that. And that's where people got like, no, that's not the way that this is going to work out. And since they made that a policy, then they had to stick to that policy. Also, not only has Planet Fitness chosen to stand behind this decision, since this incident became public, another female gym goer snapped another picture of the trans woman who I named Phyllis in the last video. No proof that their name's Phyllis. Their name's probably not even Phyllis. I just named them Phyllis because if a person that looks like that is not a Phyllis when they become a woman, I guess I I've never seen a Phyllis. I don't know how to identify a Phyllis. But according to the way media works these days, I couldn't even identify a woman, so I probably wouldn't be able to identify a Phyllis either. But Phyllis was spotted in the same Planet Fitness in the women's locker room again. So Planet Fitness really is standing by this, and Phyllis isn't budging either. So I guess if Planet Fitness really wants to die on this hill, it is their hill to die on. But they're going to suffer the same fate as Bud Light, and then they're just going to be trying to recoup for the next couple of years because people aren't easy to forgive. And it's not always easy to get people to sign up to go to the gym anyway. So if you want to make life harder on yourself because you just refuse to accept that some people aren't going to be comfortable with genetic males being in a women's locker room, then I guess you pick your poison, Planet Fitness, because people are being very clear with you that they're not on board with it and you're still trying to force it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This has been Ty Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. Like I said, if you want to see the original story, you can check it out right here in the end card.